Hi, good morning. Good morning. As you know, England has um, issues going on. It's getting to such a level now. People talk about unaliving people, and they wish the people um, all sorts of things. It is crazy because um, yes, England used to be a racist country. It's been a racist country, isn't it? But it's like when you actually hear somebody who wants to do what they want to do to people, now you're thinking to yourself, wow, I should sometime at one point I should follow my mind and do what I had to do because to me, um, people people when I feel racism is not only is it mental health, it's taught, it's learnt behaviour. It's one of those things where especially if you know the history of certain stuff, you definitely thinking to yourself, wow, I thought that people pass this already. Like this is 2025. Like few people should have evolved in some form or fashion. Um, I've always said that how like when I've spoken to my friends, I said that how um they need sometimes like it's like the high ups as an elder calls them the white hats or whatever they want to call them. They put things in the way. It's like a propaganda. Propaganda is spread widely. Then it's taken on. Then they need a scapegoat. So some the per people is always the problem. Now, yesterday when I was talking to my friend, we referred to movies like, what's it, 1984 and certain movies because when you're listening to certain stuff, you hear that we've been reflected into certain stuff where like people is either uneducated, ignorant, ain't got mind of their own. I don't know what it is. They think that people shouldn't be existing because of color, whatever, religion, whatever. And it's quite crazy because some countries, meaning England and Europe, are built on certain racism, racism stuff. Um, people have this level of entitlement. I don't know what it is. I can't even explain it right now. It's just crazy. I literally sat. I literally heard a release thing that was released, and I'm just like, wow. When people said, "Oh, maybe we should unalive people," yeah, it's that's a whole nother level, right? Like a genocide. That sounds like a genocide to me. I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong. It's a genocide. Um, I don't know. I just thought I just put my little thoughts out on here right now because England is getting very, very, very crazy right now. England is crazy. Um, it is like unrest to a whole nother level, right? It's to a whole nother level. Fair enough, it hasn't come down to where, as far as what I am, but we have people who are in uh, have a old those old ideas, right? Those old ideas, and they are livid, I suppose. That how the world is changing. People are meeting. Some people are meeting together or getting married to different people from different cultures. All that. This is why I really disagree with what Jean Gasher, the Kingdom of Kabbalah, is doing. This is why I really, really disagree with it. I really hate, which hate is a strong word. I really dislike that how she's come out and she's behaving and doing all this stuff right at this present moment. This is really the wrong time to be portraying, calling the people Edomites, do whatever. Just today, or just I don't know, whenever yesterday I think they said that how the king was attacked and all that. Well, of course, the climate that it is in and the climate that you are doing these things as well is not even helping. You are inciting stuff, and the more you incite actions unlawfully, people are. There's some nutters out there, there's some nutcases out there. They will take it on themselves and they would actually go and do what they need to do. Um, yeah, there's big um, there's big unrest over here. Big unrest. Big unrest. It's crazy. I can tell you, I've never had panic attack for a very long time. And after those protests, right, strange. I've never had a panic attack for as far. I've never had a panic attack in my life. But since these things has been going on, like you're like on a level of you have to think, how can I protect myself? Like what is the next? What's coming next? Really, what's coming next? Because there's children going to school. There's all sorts of, you don't want it to go back to them times where you can't even walk to go to school. You can't even do what you have to do everyday things. And people paint people as the worst ever. They'll paint people as the worst ever. Um, People say certain stuff, and you're just looking at it like, wow, wow. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it there. I just thought I put my whole thought out. I just was like thinking as I heard certain stuff today, like wow, you know, there is literally uneducated, ignorant people out there who is feeding, well, feeding off of whatever's been said, the propaganda. Propaganda is a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. When you watch things like Rwanda, watch places like Rwanda, you watch genocides outside of where you are, you watch certain stuff and you think, wow, like, then when you hear it for yourself and you're in that country, like, you're just like, damn, there's people like that exist for real. Like, I mean, I know these people exist, but, like, yeah. But, anyways, I ain't gonna ramble on because, maybe some people don't really understand what I'm trying to say here right now. Um, I don't know. It's just a crazy world. It's a crazy world. I've always said I'll be glad if 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 it all just started all over again. Everybody got like whatever the world just start from the beginning, because hate is such a crazy thing. It's such a big, dirty thing. It's just when you hate people for the skin that they're in, it's crazy to me. Like, Yes, I could say, yeah, at one point I'll probably be on that levels too, but you don't, it's like it, when you're in a place and you know your parent, well, my grandmother particularly has come over here. She's nursed people over here. She was asked to come over here. Now, how much generations later, it's a repeat of the same thing. You're thinking, wow, this world is really going to shit at this point. The whole world's going to shit, right? So that's why I disagree with the cult as well, because you're inciting people are feeding off of what you're doing, and they are now taking it up and taking it to a whole nother level. So I don't know how ever else to express it. I'm just expressing myself. And yeah, I'm not even ranting. I'm not even ranting or raving because I've heard it all. I've heard it, and now I think I've heard it to such a level when somebody is saying, "Oh, maybe we should go on a live." There is something wrong with you at this point. This is not the Jim Crow era, right? We don't live in segregated Britain. Um, people, I don't know. Anyway, I ain't even gonna. I ain't even. I'm just gonna leave it right here. I'm just gonna leave it right here, right? And then, yeah, crazy. The world's crazy. That's all I can say. It's deadly now. Now it's deadly. Okay. So with that said, I'll leave it there, and yeah, I'll see you in the next live. What I do? Actually, I think in fact I'm gonna cover what's going on over here at one point, so you can understand like where I'm coming from on this level. I haven't. I didn't want to cover what was going on here. I really didn't. Right. But I'm covering the cult, but that's different. But yeah, I'm gonna have to either try to cover the bits and pieces of it. I'm not gonna cover the whole of it. Um, yeah, and we will have the conversation, and I'll see you in the next one. With that said, I'll see you. Take care. Bye.